Hello everyone. In this video we will study about the difference between the ionic compounds and covalent compounds, and we will also discuss about polar covalent compounds, and then we will finish up this chapter, polar covalent compounds. Now the first point of difference between ionic compounds and covalent compounds is based on the type of particles they contain. Type of particles contained. Okay, in ionic compounds they exist as ions and covalent compounds exist as molecules. Next point of difference is solubility. Now because these are all salts and they have oppositely charged ions, they are all soluble in water and insoluble in organic solvents. Insoluble in organic solvents. Whereas covalent compounds are insoluble in water, generally insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvents. Clear? These are insoluble ionic compounds. Next is its melting point and boiling point. Now because of the existence of strong electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositely charged ions in ionic compounds, they have very high melting points and boiling points. Whereas covalent compounds, they have low melting and boiling points. I repeat, now ionic compounds, they are formed by transfer of electrons, thereby formation of ions takes place. And these oppositely charged ions are held by strong electrostatic force of attraction. That is why high amount of heat or energy is required to break these ionic bonds. That is why they have high melting and boiling points. Clear? Next, electrical conductivity or electrical conductance. Now ionic compounds, they do not conduct electricity in the solid state, but can do so either in molten state or in aqueous solution. They are very good electrolytes. Okay, and covalent compounds do not conduct electricity. They are non-electrolytes or insulators, do not conduct electricity. And there are other points of difference like state. These are all solids, and covalent compounds are generally soft solids or liquids or gases. Soft solids, or they are liquids or gases, or sometimes they are soft solids. Okay, that is all in the difference between ionic and covalent compounds. Now let us study the last part, that is polar covalent compound. Now there is a property of atoms called electronegativity. Electronegativity. Now what is this property? It is the tendency of an atom to attract shared pair of electrons when combined in a bond. It is the tendency of an atom to attract shared pair of electrons towards itself. Now, when I teach you the periodic table, we will study about this property in detail. Now, just remember halogens present in group 17 like chlorine, bromine, iodine. These have high value of high electronegativity value. Electronegativity value. Now, when a covalent bond is formed, suppose we have a covalent bond between hydrogen and chlorine. Now both are non-metals, so it forms a covalent bond. Now chlorine has a very high electronegativity value. Its value is very, very high. So this difference of electronegativity causes this bonded pair of electrons to shift more towards chlorine. So this is how the shared pair of electrons are distributed. Okay, thereby what happens, there develops a partial negative charge on this chlorine atom and an equal partial positive charge on the hydrogen atom. Now remember, these partial positive charge and partial negative charge, the magnitude of this is very less as compared to the magnitude of the ions formed by actual transfer of electrons. The magnitude of these electrons are very less. This induces a slight polarity in the molecule. That is why this is called a polar covalent compound. Polar covalent compound. Now when this is a covalent compound, it does not conduct electricity, but when dissolved in water, it behaves as a strong electrolyte because the ions get separated. We will study about these in detail in class 10. Just remember that if there is a difference in electronegativity between the two participating atoms, if the electronegativity difference is very high, then the shared pair of electrons moves or shifts more towards the more electronegative atom, thereby causing a partial charge difference, and hence development of polarity in the molecule occurs. Other examples of polar covalent compounds are water and ammonia. Remember, but carbon tetrachloride and methane, the difference between the electronegativity between carbon and chlorine is very less. The difference is not much, so no charge difference occurs. No charge separation occurs. So the difference between a polar covalent compound and a non-polar covalent compound is that in a polar covalent compound there is non-equal distribution of electron, and here there is equal distribution of electron. Here the difference in electronegativity between the participating atoms is high. Here it is less. The difference is less. Here charge separation takes place. Third point, charge separation takes place, and here no charge separation takes place. No charge separation takes place. Okay, that's all in the chapter atomic structure and chemical bonding. Thank you.